Stop the count. Stop the count. Fraud in the polls again. What am I talking about? Right over here, man. For the people that's not aware of what's going on in our community, basically, we're picking a new show to watch right now. And Uma Musume losing like this is a shock to me. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely thought that Monster and Bake, their audience would get split. I know that it's not the exact same time. Shut the fuck up! Stupid ass fucking ambulance is going off at fucking 8 in the morning. God damn! The audacity for these motherfuckers to die during my fucking stream. Monster and Bake, I thought would get split. Similar type of deep analysis, heavy sweaty, versus Uma Musume, just hype. Run, horse girls. Tied. 1% margin though. But here's the thing. I was carefully looking at this. Poll. Baki has been in a comfortable lead. 5% margin the entire time. Then boom. It happened again. When was the last time we went into this shit? Toaru, remember that? Index 3. Remember those idiots in those index subreddits crying and complaining after they were begging for my content? And then a whole fucking drama happened? Listen. They deleted the poll because I think a bunch of my monkeys went in and basically went in and let's see, right? Let's just read the fucking post right over here. Why are you brigading the poll when Ka said multiple times in the past not to do so? My monkeys are coming in. Same thing happened with Toru. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's true. I already know those stuff. Okay. Well, I mean, his account name is Retarded82. Okay. This guy's the person who made the post is called Retarded82. It's in his name. It shouldn't be that surprising. But here's the issue, right? I understand that like you have good intentions and you want your favorite show to be reacted to. But when you seek out external help, these people are not my community. They're basically going to vote and they're not going to watch. Because, like, they're going to forget. They're not even in the fucking algorithm, especially right now with the shadow ban. And the shadow ban stuff, I'm going to go into another video today explaining the new baseline that we've hit, a little bit of an update. I think we're doing really fucking well. But basically right now, everything is stripped away. It's just our core community. To expect that, like, other people from random subreddits are going to fucking vote and come in, it's utterly ridiculous. Now, the impressive thing is, even with the brigade, even with the fraud, Bake's in the lead. And I don't think there is any brigading happening in the Bake place. Maybe there's some little group chats here and there, but the subreddit is fucking dead, bro. It's got like 1 million something subscribers or something, whatever, but the active members is like 50 or some shit. At the end of the day, if you look at the number of the votes the total votes, it really shows you that like when you get big enough, brigading doesn't matter, right? Remember, I told you there's a new system where we basically poll over and over again to make sure that there is least amount of external influence done, right? Like there's some fucking Lord of the Mysteries, fucking that feather quill shit, like determining fate and destiny or some shit like that. We have grown enough where small subreddits, no matter how many, like, how many votes do you think really came in, right? How many fucking votes do you really think came from the fucking monster anime subreddit, bro? 12 people here, 41K overall, just a bunch of dead subs, right? They're not gonna do anything. However, for the sake of integrity, we will be deleting the poll. We're going to poll again. This time, I think it's just going to be Monster and Bake. And I think that Bake will win. It is actually shocking that Bake has done this well. If you've been watching my channel for like the last year or so, you know that Bake has shown up to the poll and lost every single time. It gets onto the poll because there's a sweaty amount of, like a vocal minority that is willing to brigade and kind of come together and like the comments. But at this point, this is real. Like in my community, they want to watch. And also in terms of like content creation, it's actually good right now because I can basically make an every opening and ending Monogatari reaction video. And then that in turn, remember, will boost and get those audience coming in. And then we can go in with Bake and it's going to do really well. Uma Musume is tragic. I thought that we could watch Pretty Derby before fall 2025 because that's when Cinderella Grey Core 2 happens, right? If you haven't watched Cinderella Grey, I really recommend it, man. Straight up. Uma Musume. Cinderella Grey is one of the most fucking hype sports animes. And I know that a lot of people are very wary to sports animes because you guys are a bunch of fucking losers that never played any competitive sports in your life. Therefore, stuff like this is unrelatable. But to the few that actually enjoy competition and are out there and athletic and care about aura farming and hype powers and just fucking hype in a nutshell, this is it. You don't even need to watch the previous shows, bro. Just go in, Just watch it, and it's gonna be so fucking fun. And when Core 2 comes back in October, right? In about a month or two, or 2 months, I think that if there is enough time, I'll try to squeeze in Pretty Derby. I'll have to see, because right now, we are so fucking packed to the brim of all the shows with all the weekly seasonals and focusing on just one community series. Remember, I tried to like balance out many different like community series in the past, but it was a bad idea. It turns out I'm only able to watch 1 or 2 shows every other day, and then the momentum loses. Right now, I'm only focusing on one, and even if I'm only focusing on one, we're barely watching like 3 to 4 episodes of Twaru per week, which is kind of like basically good enough, but still, in fall, who knows how many shows there's to watch, but that's pretty much it right now. Uma Musume, it's probably going to happen later on, one way or the other. Monster, don't give up. I think Monster viewership in my community has shown that it is real. This is not the, you know, the work of the fucking brigade. The brigade basically gapped like the 2 to 3% margin there was. So just because again Monster loses this poll doesn't mean it's over. Because remember, Baki has been losing for an entire year plus, and the fact that it's finally showing up, it should inspire you that like it's definitely possible. Anyways, see you next time.